Daddy Mac. Dan's 30 years got our way, trading life and markets every day. Rusty's chained to the mines, digging deep day by day. But when Option Omega releases new features, he's free to come out and play. Option Omega, you're trading home, where every move makes you feel less alone.
We're all pressing the buttons today, baby.
So good. We got to hit it again.
I listen. That's all. Some have argued that all of these shows I'm creating are just so I can listen to myself make music. And that's fine.
Is that true?
I just threw up an egg. And I want to get this out of the way early on. I ate eggs this morning. I love eggs. I had eggs with I cooked it a different way this time. I put a little bit of heavy cream in it. Had 5 eggs because I'm loading right now. I'm bulk loading because Brian Chio told me that he'll kill me if I don't lift tomorrow. So I've got to recover and eat my protein. And I don't know about you guys. I have to eat eggs a certain way. Like if they're cooked a certain way, I have to eat them a certain way. And I have to take small bites. And the last one, show was getting ready to start. I had to take a big bite. And I'm just going to be honest with you guys. And this is something I know you guys, many people have asked. I have the worst gag reflex in the world. Like I throw up. It's insane to me how
Thank you for sharing this.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing with us.
So anyway, I'm glad.
Maddie's an honest guy.
Yeah,
transparent.
So many questions about the
Everybody
eggs.
wants transparency until someone's transparent.
Yeah, Troy, here's my question. I mean, you bring up a good. I mean, the intriguing point that hit me right there, and I was thinking about this. I have a brother-in-law who works out quite a bit, and I'll go to a restaurant or something. Hey, how many eggs you want, sir? I'll take 2. He'll crank 6 or more. Troy's doing 5. My question to you, Matt, and others is maybe the chat could, when you sit down you have your eggs, what are we taught? What's a man portion? Is it somewhere between 2 and 10? What do you, unless you're like Rocky?
That was my first question and I'll just tell you where I'm at. I was always 2 eggs and then I just changed to 3, but I usually am eating something with them. And just one question, Troy, was this like, so you're throwing down 5 eggs plus some heavy cream. You're closing in on, was there any butter involved?
Olive oil.
Okay. So
that's good.
You're at 500 calories probably.
Yeah.
Or kcals
for 5 eggs. Jeez.
Listen, I'm going to
70 calories an egg.
I'm going to be real honest with you. And I think this is Matt brings up a good point. And again, I want to be transparent. We want to be real folks here. Like I don't eat lunch. So Matt, like when Matt and I are doing meetings, Matt's making sandwiches, Matt's making lunch, like Matt's eating Matt's
I made eggs yesterday.
I'm not a 3 square meal a day.
Some people are, some people.
Yeah. I will put 2 squares in 1 meal sometimes, but I'm not a 3 square meal guy. So this is my reasoning. I too, 5's crazy. I'm not gonna act tough. I'm not gonna act 5, is anything but nuts. I'm a 3 guy myself. I'm gonna just throw that out there. My thought this morning was, I literally thought about this. Go in the cigar shop, not packing a lunch. I don't want to go eat lunch. I got a bunch. There's so much small account challenge content that we want to give you guys. We're working hard on it. Gonna skip lunch for you guys, and I want to be real honest. And also, this might be the roids kicking it a little bit. You guys, you understand what I'm saying?
I think I did a good job defending the 5 eggs.
Yeah, I still have some. I mean, I'll just tell you this, guys. I have a high passion level around eggs. I actually recorded a whole video on eggs for somebody on Option Omega. after we had a discussion.
Wow.
And then deleted it because I was like, what am I doing? I sat down to edit it and I'm like, am I going to edit an egg video or a backtest video? But here's the thing. Not to make this all about me, but I'm gonna make it about me. I put my marriage in jeopardy over eggs this weekend.
Wow.
And here's the big idea. If this is enough buildup from several directions, here's the big idea. Most people don't know how to cook scrambled eggs in a skillet. Here's the background. We're getting away from any sort of coated skillet. Troy, are you using a coated skillet?
No comment.
Okay, then this does not apply.
For those of us,
Teflon coated, full of the microplastics, not just lined with PFAS, but just all PTFE, PFA. I know a lot about Teflon. Listen,
wow,
all the Teflon.
wow.
I switched to a stainless steel skillet a couple of years ago, and I did not know how. I did not know how to cook with one, and this weekend, my wife made eggs for one of our kids, and I put my marriage in jeopardy because I told her she doesn't know what she's doing. Here's the thing. She's not going to watch this. She didn't know what she was doing. And I didn't know either. So there's no shame. Okay. But the trick is you got to get it's not hard. You got to get a stainless steel skillet hot enough. It's easy to tell. There's demand for content. We'll reshoot the video, but you just need to get it hot enough. Put a little bit of water. They'll turn into mercury balls. That's when you know it's hot enough. Turn it down a little bit. Put your oil in. If you really want it to be nonstick, put a little butter on top of the oil.
Wow.
It's the best. Your eggs will literally they'll just glide.
Troy, who needs Guy Fieri? Who needs Guy Fieri?
Listen, this is new to me in the last 12 to 18 months. So I'm going to test my wife this weekend. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to
listen. Different.
Troy, I want to come back to you though, because this is all about you. You got when you say you got sick, did you did you eat too many eggs? That's what the question everybody wants to know.
Nothing came up. So when I say threw up, nothing came up.
That's not throwing up.
It's in my mouth. It's in my mouth.
You spit it out then.
And the gag reflex kicks in and you spit out what you had. That's
so
what
you
happened.
you ate too many eggs, you realize this is horrible, but your body did it for you.
Here's the deal. Where I'm at with it right now, ceramic, cast iron, I don't give a crap. I'm eating them every day the same. I put them, I get in front of the mirror in the bathroom and I just shovel them down. I say, you eat those eggs.
Rocky.
That's right. That's right. I love Rocky so much.
This is a passionate chat. There's more comments on this than anything else. We're just going to fly through them. Multiple cast irons. I'm a hard agree on cast iron. Here's the problem. We're working hard on the show. We're working on OO. I don't have time for cast iron in the morning, guys. Listen, weekend, there's literally steak and eggs is a cheat code for yourself, my opinion. Don't have time for that during the week. Stainless is so easy. Have 2 cast irons, well seasoned. Stainless is taken over. I love cast iron though with you guys. Another comment, hard agree, Theta Rider. Yes, getting the temperature of what you're cooking, letting it warm up a little bit. Yep. There's been a request for a skillet session. Now listen, guys, it sounds like you're asking for a show. We have 5 shows. Troy, what shows do we have already on Option Omega? Well, what shows do we have now, guys?
Ceramic is 9:30 to 10. Cast Arnold, which is a cooking weightlifting show, 10:30. Now listen, we'll put the Tuesday content out there. I just want to say this. What's hilarious about this conversation of me and you talking about eggs is I've been to his house multiple times and I know his family, and I can say with 100% certainty that without a shadow of a doubt, Dan eats better than both of us combined. Like both in quality of food. I mean, definitely in quality of food, but quality of food and then just deliciousness. Because he's got some Italian going on. And they're doing stuff, they're braising whatever.
In the house, when I'm eating, it's kind of this confliction, whatever that means. In the house, right? You've got the healthy, good quality food. But when I step out,
Yeah, you do.
there's this part of me,
Yeah, you do.
I'll go Panera. On the 800 calorie chocolate chip cookie or whatever it is. There's a dark side there with that. I do have one question just to finish the egg thing, if it's okay with you guys. In the iconic scene in Cool Hand Luke, Paul Newman made a bet. What was the bet? That he could eat how many eggs in what period of time? Does anybody remember that? Chat, any
We'll give the chat 20 seconds. Chat, you're on the clock. How many eggs? Cool Hand Luke. Somebody knows, or somebody's rapidly typing it into Google.
Yeah,
or maybe Chat GPT.
Yeah.
You're almost up, chat. Anybody know?
It was. Let me know.
That's enough.
All right, it was
Nobody
50.
knew.
The bet was 50.
Oh, somebody got it. 50.
Oh yeah! Shout out to AI. We both probably looked at the same time. 50 hard-boiled eggs in 1 hour. Though Paul Newman only ate about 8 on camera, spitting the rest out between takes due to editing, with the crew consuming the rest of the 200 plus eggs used. What a day in the shoot, right? As they say.
Out of control. Listen, chat's getting spicy. I'm sure when you guys start a morning show about backtests, it will be great. Oof. Oof. This was planned. We spent 20 minutes planning out these 20 minutes on eggs. And we're only at 13 minutes. Guys, we have 7 more minutes on eggs coming now.
Yeah.
And do you want to hear how accurate OO's automation platform is and how a trade's done over the last 9 weeks? You don't want to hear about that. What you do want to hear about is egg cooking techniques and skillets. And we've got 7 more minutes coming, Troy. Are you gonna have 5 eggs tomorrow? Troy, I actually do have a serious question. Are you using a coated skillet?
I assume I am. I have one that's purely marketing that I bought for my wife, which was diamond coated. We use diamond, Matt.
I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on diamond.
We don't
know anything about it.
If someone
talk to me about Teflon, though.
If someone says, "Hey, can we talk about backtest?" Who do you want to hear backtest from? Do you want to hear backtest from a guy with stainless steel, or do you want to hear backtest from a guy who uses diamond to cook his eggs on?
I mean, I would go to the diamonds, actually.
Yeah. I would as well.
Do you have a backtest, Troy?
No, I don't. So, Matt, I was going to ask you. Matt, you just put a video out, and
we did.
You had a good response to that one because this is one of the top questions people ask. And you want to talk a little bit about the video you just put out yesterday?
Yeah. So, again, I'll talk about the video in the context of this. If you didn't watch OO YouTube this week, you're forgiven because it's all on YouTube again. But Troy, what happened on Tuesday? What shows did you have? And then I'll transition that to why that relates to this video that came out.
Okay. So we got a couple shows on Tuesdays and people say, why Tuesdays? And our goal is to do a lot more, but we got to test the validity of it. We're back testers at heart. So we're testing Tuesdays. We're seeing how many people watch. So we got the OO show Tuesday morning. And as you know, that's almost 100% move to egg talk. And that's okay. 2, we have Fix My Back Test with Mark Anderson. If you watch that show, that was a fire hydrant, an absolute fire hydrant. He's nonstop. He's a machine. He literally, like, he liked the intro song and he's like, cool intro song, let's go. Like, it's that level, and he wants to fix people's back tests. So I love it. He's a machine. Fix My Back Test, navigation trading at noon. We looked at some gold modeling, different positions you could do, bullish, bearish, blah, blah, blah. Steve's awesome, and he's always thinking different things. And then we started this small account challenge at 3:30. And you might think to yourself, I don't see that video. We deleted that video. We talked about deleting that video. In that video, don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. You're going to actually have a lot more videos come by next Tuesday. By next Tuesday's show, there'll be a lot more content. Let me just say one more thing, because I know Matt was asking. That's the tip of the iceberg, because starting next Monday, we're going to have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, another show. which is Options Trading Live for Beginners with Dan Sheridan. And we're pumped about that one. So anyway, that's your answer to the question. And
Yes.
you go on.
So Troy's been working on this small account challenge for a long time because a lot of people are interested in it. And we realized, being the terrible marketers that we are, but getting better, Troy put a ton of time into figuring out backtests and strategies for the small account challenge. And we've been playing around with them. And so I've been live trading a DC from where? From here. From the OO show. This is coming full circle. We had a DC that we talked about probably in May, and I've been trading it. And this video that I'm about to put in the chat needs a like. Actually, please watch and like this video.
Everybody right now
Stop what you're doing.
If you want more egg talk and you're serious about more egg talk, you absolutely have to like and hit that subscribe button right now. Just smash, like Troy in 6 months, just roid it out, yelling at everybody, smash it.
Yeah.
Smash it. So please, if you haven't seen this video, here's what it is. It's a deep dive, but it's beginner friendly. And I made multiple videos over the course of like 2.5 months and stitched them together, edited them. And we traded this 1-3 and we looked at our slippage assumptions. Is the backtester close to the automation tool? Like, does it pick the same strikes ever? Does it pick the same strikes most of the time? Et cetera, et cetera. And we dug into it. So I got on, and there were actually the first couple weeks we had like big losers, big winners, pulled up the modeling, looked at why the trade was doing what it was live. So without further ado, I'm going to actually share something that's not in that video. And it actually would help us if you click the link in the chat and watch that video. It's on our YouTube channel. Does options automation work? Here are the live results, newer than the video. It's not great, but it's pretty good. We made some money. And so you can't see it on the screen because apparently I can't share the screen. So let me try to share my screen and we'll see. Can you see it now? Can you guys see that on the screen? Anybody? Troy and Dan, can you see that on the screen?
I can see it. Oh, listen, I see closed P&L.
Okay, so it's not showing mine. Can you see me moving it up and down? This is high quality production. Okay, I'm going to assume that you can see it. It's not working on mine, but if it's working on yours, we're good. So here's what this is. This is a 1-3 DC, and it's traded 9 times. And we had in the backtest. Let me see if I can share the backtest. Actually, I don't need to share the backtest. Go to that link. If you click that link, the backtest is in there. And so here's what I found. We traded this for 9 weeks. The first question was, how's the strike selection? Like, how close is the automation tool? We had 9 weeks. And previously, whenever I had a question about strike selection, it was always about the cues. And so this is on the cues. 9 times out of 9, the backtest on the automation platform matched 100%. So the strike picking was great. Slippage, the 3-cent slippage in the backtest, we beat it. So I'm keeping it at 3, but the live trade did backtest, did beat the backtest in terms of slippage. So this is, nothing to write home about. Like, listen, but this is also not statistically significant to have 9 trades. But the point is, we didn't have a video where somebody was like, you've got this automation platform. How close is it to the backtest? This is that video. It'll get you started. It'll get your feet wet. And we're going to keep trading it. So this is the actual live trades. And what you'll notice is it's this Qs 1-3, and it does not have any exits other than time and leg deltas. So a lot of DCs have a 10 sag exit. This doesn't. A lot of DCs have a like some sort of limit on the entry, like a VIX to VIX 9-day ratio. This doesn't. It doesn't have a min short long ratio. It's just a 1-3. It's just 1-3. And here's the thing. I'm going to pull up the back test now. Troy, how has it been for calendars in the past couple months?
It's not been great in December. Now, I will say real quick before, because I know people are going to be asking this. I just want to front run this. For those keeping tabs at home, 101 P&L, that's 240 low quality eggs.
That's the right. You know what where I was actually going with that? That's 2 stainless clad skillets from Amazon.
Yeah.
Or 1 made in skillet.
That's the thing we have to do with small account challenges, because people are going to be like, but I'm not going to be a zillionaire if I'm only making 100. And you got to remind people, hey, fellas, you might not be a zillionaire, but you're going to be throwing up eggs because you're going to be cooking them 10 at a time.
Yeah. There it is. And so here's a back test. And again, like, I'm not going to like freak out about a back test that's making like 3-4%. But you notice our capture rate, and actually here's the thing. This is getting like really nitty gritty. I did change the exit time just recently to 2:29. So like some of the back tests have a 3:30 exit time. Some of them have a 2:29. This is an exact example of majoring in the minors. We're directionally, we're matching the strikes 100%. Our slippage assumptions are good. We're keeping moving. And so here's the thing.
And like Greeks are long deltas.
Yeah. You're a little long delta at it. And yesterday, actually, let's look at it. It got close. It was up. So here's something interesting that happened. And I recorded this in the video. This bad boy was up 15% within an hour and a half. And I actually made a video saying, of all the hundreds of times this had traded, that's happened 3 times. This is the 4th time that's happened. And I ran a back test and I was like, is it better to take it off after an hour and a half at 15%? It said no. Now it might be different now because that's a lot to get in such a short time. But, you know, there was that news about the tariffs, and I think that's what did it. And so if we took this back test, though, and I'm just trading a 1 lot, and let's just say we had traded it for the past year. Whoops, not year to date. We'll do last year. So we'll just say we traded this starting a year ago to 1 lot, knowing that our slippage assumptions have been proven out to be good. I mean, here's the thing. Like, that's like what? Like, this is crazy. Like, that's like basically what SPX returned, right? 16%. I know the SPX drawdown was a lot higher than 3.6%. And even with a test that hasn't done, like, this isn't in a great spot. Although, listen, we're probably right at the all-time high, but it's been churning for a minute here. The last quarter of the year was basically flat. But, I mean, we still, again, if I had been doing this for a year, this is not bad. This is not bad. You basically have the same return as the market with a fraction of the drawdown trading 1 contract. I mean, if I took that up to 2 contracts, we'll see what happens. But, you know, this was really useful. Yeah. So at 2 contracts, just trading 2 contracts once a week, this is kind of the power of options. You know, we're trading it on the Qs. It's very liquid, even though yesterday was the first time I had some slippage because the candles were, I mean, we had a pump yesterday, and so it got deltaed out. It was a profit, and it was like $1 or $2 worse in the automation tool than the back test for, I think, the first time maybe. But, you know, if we run this out since dailies, there's nothing in this chart that makes me think I want to stop trading this. So we're going to keep going. Guys, this has been a full yappuccino. Any thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I would say, you know, if you look at this holistically, whatever that means, I just needed to say that word because I couldn't say in the pit.
I love that. I love holistically.
Love it.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about this, sometimes it's good to visualize even before the back test, right? The back test is going to give you the data, the confirmation. But when you look in, if someone came up to me without the back test and said, Dan, we're going to back test this 25 delta puts, 15 delta calls over the last 2 years, 1,000 years, 500 years, 400 years, whatever it is. How do you think this will test? If there's not a lot of, there's not a lot of rails on this, you're holding this to expiration, I'd say this is going to test pretty well. And you say, why? Well, especially if there's more of an uptrend in most years than downtrend, number one. But number two, probabilities are basically in your favor, especially in the upside. You're selling a 15 delta, right? 15 delta. So you're getting an edge. It's not like you're selling a 40 delta or a 50 delta, right? And you're getting the 25 delta put, 15 delta call. It makes sense. If someone can, in other words, without a back test, if someone came up to me and said, Dan, would you do this small over time? Do you think it'd be a winner? Boom. Yes. Now, I think with the back test and playing with variables like Matt has been doing here, you can tweak it and make it better. I think you can make it, even this test, wouldn't you say, Matt? You could, if you wanted to mess around with rails and stuff, you could
tweak it
better.
Sure.
But I think part of it is, it's like back testing a 0-day 10 delta iron condor. It's like, will this back? Yeah, from a probability, it's going to back test well. It's just, can you, as Jack Nicholson, can you handle the truth? Can you handle? How do you handle the losers, right? And that's the same thing with this, right? Ultimately, is your drawdown, but you've got a pretty nice draw. Your max drawdown. Wait, wasn't your drawdown?
So I actually uncapped this.
Oh,
and did a larger one so we could see the drawdown. And shockingly, the drawdown actually is a little bit.
I mean,
less.
that's pretty with that drawdown.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd feel more comfortable, even a little bit more size. But again, the great thing with automation is there's not a lot of mental energy here, right? There's not a lot of you watching it during the day.
Listen, there were a couple weeks I forgot that it went on. And then I was like, oh, I got to check and make sure, see how this compared to the back test. So yeah, it takes no energy. And listen, this is not like, we kind of went out of the way when we're working on this to not overly curve fit it. Like, there actually are better entry and exit times and better deltas. So like, as we say always, we're not putting out this for people to copy trade. Like, if you're copy trading this, you're doing a disservice to yourself. This is a back test. That's an idea. And there's actually better versions out there, but I just wanted to do one that was simple. Like, it's about as simple as you can get. The only thing that's like a wrinkle is that I don't trade it on holidays. So like short holiday weeks, I would black out. And that takes about 3 seconds. And I talk about it in the video. So I blacked out the holiday week. So it hasn't traded a lot, but I mean, it's had a flat period here, but I think we're one good winner away from being at our all-time high probably. And it goes through these periods. Like, here was a period from basically in 2024, a period from May to, November, where it barely, it moved up like maybe 3%. And that was like most of the year. Like, so I'm just going to keep trading it. We've got good data on it.
Would you say in the world of, again, the word copy trading isn't good, but in this context, I get it. And one of the things, trying to do when we do the show next week, or at least some of the weeks, to do a back test where people are kind of like Build-A-Bear. People are doing it together, right? So you know exactly what you're doing. But when you take a test, like, even to me, the challenge is when you take something like that's, like Matt's given a link here in the OO show of its strategy. Troy's given one or two for, on a day, Troy's given some for the his small account challenge. Mark's giving and the fix your back test, or Steve or whatever. Hey, if you want to copy it for a couple weeks or whatever to get you, if that helps you get going, but the challenge is, don't let it go past 3-4 weeks where you haven't started making it your own, right?
Yeah. The idea here was to it's like when you buy the Lego set, that's just it's just not a set. It's just a box of bricks. And like, we gave you the bricks. You probably want to actually buy the Lego set that's like the X-Wing and is tricked out and it has a light on it and all this stuff. This is the bricks to start with. So again, times, deltas, there's a lot to tweak on it. And I actually may tweak the entry time. And I'm going to leave the slippage at 3 cents just because that's how we want to set things up. Like, it's probably a little bit high, but it's probably closer to 2 cents. That's what kind of the data has borne out, or 2.5 or what. I'm just going to leave it at 3. And then we have a day like yesterday where we exit on a pretty ugly candle and we get 2 cents extra slippage. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, again, we're about majoring in the majors, not majoring in the minors. This backtest has good history. The automation has matched the backtest 100%, which is like, you can't, like, I'm sure I would think at some point there'd be some time when it doesn't match, and that's fine. But we've got enough data here to say, yeah, I'm going to keep doing this. So the reason that we're talking about this one today is, again, Troy has small account challenge on Tuesdays. This one is not in the small account challenge. That's why it's getting its own video, its own thing. The small account challenge is full of lots of tests like this. This one didn't make it in. We have another short-term calendar that's a 2-4 on a different underlying. So there's something that is going to have some correlation with this, is on kind of the same time frame, even though it's a different underlying, it's still an index. And so this is just one more thing where if you're new, I had a really long discussion, or an interesting discussion, short discussion about double calendars and beginners. And what we realized is, after that discussion, a lot of people really want to learn how to trade them. So instead of like running away from, hey, you're a beginner, don't trade a double calendar, we're giving you a ton of resources to understand kind of what they are. The advantage to the queues is that you can do these trades for a really reasonable commitment. So you can see how much they are. It's a couple $100, but if you're on SPX and doing these, it's going to be a couple thousand. So these are significantly easier to get into for most people. The other thing is, it's on the queues. They're very liquid. And like I said, I've had, you watch the video, it's had a good experience with slippage and everything. So yeah, go ahead, Troy.
I was just going to say for a second, talking about just big picture stuff. Matt, we're saying we're not copy trading. Like, we're not giving you the signal. Like, we're not a signal service. We're a research tool.
That's right.
We also know, because we've seen it and it's part of life, that there are people listening right now that will 100% take that trade, pause the video, and then trade it. So those two things happen. That's why we don't show you naked strategies.
Yeah, you have to make your own strategy. You have to fill out the execution. You have to fill that out.
But what we're saying is, like, the Lego block is an apt description, because what we're doing is we're giving you Lego blocks, but we're giving it in a certain shape. So let's say you bought a Lego package and it came with a house already. The house is constructed. What we're saying is, if you want to just if you think that house is beautiful and you want to keep that house, we're not demanding that you deconstruct the house. We're just saying that you can do a lot of things with these blocks. And so you might want to play around with it yourself, because we're telling you the block can probably be better. It can probably be a more beautiful house. And if you don't want to do that, Tom Lee is kindly saying he will take these trades and he will charge you $5,000 a month, and he will give you the signal. So if you want to do that, Tom, that's awesome. And I will say one more thing about this, the small account stuff, like, it's not in there yet. It's not in there right now, but that's the whole point of small account challenge. Like, we have rules in place that I fully expect some tests to fail out and hit the trigger this year. And as that happens, we will replace them with other tests, and we'll show you why we're doing that and how we do that. So,
and when you say one thing, guys, like when you look at any strategy, to me, you look at, okay, at least like in this strategy, I look at it, say, okay, if somebody's testing and they get going on this, one thing they have to keep in mind, where can, not catastrophe, but where can a bigger loss appear? Or in other words, what's the one thing they need to be focused on, right? It's like if you go to the west side of Chicago now, which is horrible neighborhood, gang violence, what should you be aware of? And in a double calendar, it's simply Not that there's not risk when you do these kind of deltas, 15 and 25. You have some risk in the middle of the graph if the volatility goes down or premium disappears. But wouldn't you guys say the number one just that should be glued in people's mind on double calendars, where can problems start to get a little more than maybe a bargain for if it goes too far past a short strike?
You know what? I think, listen, we just had a question about this. If you guys are fine, can we circle back and cover this tomorrow? Because this is a longer discussion. I don't want to try to cram it into 2 minutes. If you guys are okay with that, can we revisit this discussion tomorrow about what you just asked Dan, along with the question about assignment and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
I think it's something that is going to have to be talked about because
yeah,
it is not a non-zero risk. And we know, we know that.
But there's also advantages to the cues. And so let's plan on talking. Cool, dude. We'll talk about that tomorrow because that's a really good question. We don't want to try to, we are running up into time here. So we'll have a discussion about that.
We'll jump on tomorrow. We'll keep talking. Obviously, I've gone into the Discord while we're talking and posted some pictures of eggs that I found from my own account. So if you want to continue the discussion, then Discord, feel free to do that.
Tom's already spoiled the show tomorrow. Tom, thanks for spoiling the show, answering the question right away. Thank you, Tom. Joking.
Love
that
it.
Is the answer, though.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to let you go and get trading. Hope you guys have a great trade.